$9.77 plus about $10 for shipping was a pretty good deal for these 5 baggage cars made by Williams. These are just the shells though. They lack any kind of frame or base. They don't have any trucks, so they can't roll very far. Today, in this video, I'm going to make 2 bases for the dark blue baggage cars you see in the rear. The one in the foreground with the gray roof was the subject of an earlier video where I used a sheet of acrylic and a donor car. It was a Lionel log car from Penn Central, and I cut that up and used part of that frame and the trucks from the Penn Central log car to make a base for the blue and gray baggage car. I'm really happy with the way this baggage car turned out, but it was a lot of work cutting up the log car just to get those 2 side pieces. Well, I needed the trucks too. So for this project, for these 2 bases, I'm still going to be using acrylic for the frame, and I'll pre-drill the mounting holes first with a pilot bit and then just a larger drill to get them to the right size. And the same is true for the little pivot hole for the trucks. First a smaller hole and then moving up to a larger drill bit. The acrylic is pretty strong, but it's also really brittle, so it pays to go slowly with it. Unfortunately, new trucks for the baggage car have to come from somewhere, and this time the unlucky donor was this blue New York Central gondola car. I don't really like it very much. I didn't cut this one up, so maybe I will sell it or do something with it later. The other set of trucks came from a flat car, which was also pretty cheap and ugly. It was yellow plastic, and I hate yellow plastic. But I do like this white plastic from the hobby shop. This is going to make construction so much easier this time. It's the correct width, and I just trim it to the length, which is about 9 inches between the trucks. This liquid cement comes with its own applicator brush, and it's called Plastic Weld, and it's also good with acrylics. And it works so well here at combining the styrene to the acrylic. It really does weld them together into one unified piece. I've added 3 little braces between the side parts, and I could stop right here. I think this looks pretty decent, and you will not see that clear acrylic sheet at all. It'll be tucked up underneath the shell. But maybe there's something I could add to this to give it just a little more visual interest. I looked around in my parts bin and my supply cabinet, and I came up with these little square pieces of styrene, these little square strips of styrene. And I think if I cut them to 9 inches long and glue them to the existing parts of my base, it'll act like, the molding around your baseboards or around your door frames. It'll just give the whole thing a little more pizzazz. And whose life couldn't use a little more pizzazz? Alright, so maybe this is still kind of plain and simple, and maybe it doesn't qualify as pizzazz, but I'm happy with the results. And after a little bit of sanding, and tomorrow maybe I'll give it a coat or a few coats of flat black paint, it'll be ready to be reunited with the trucks and the shell. I think it's going to look great. So you know if it has anything to do with Baltimore and Ohio, it's going to circle around back to these trains at the Cincinnati Museum Center. I've loved these since I was a kid, and it's why I like these Baltimore and Ohio baggage cars now. you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this has been Bob's Workshop. Bye-bye.